Champion City Podcast, where we tell real stories from grinders, hustlers, and everybody on the come up. If you're still in the trenches or you're still trying to get that bag, this for you. This your blueprint, your motivation, your platform. Let's go. Everybody, man, thanks for tapping in. It's Friday night. Friday night tonight, man. It's dope, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. I remember when I was younger, I used to always look forward to Fridays and shit, dude. You know, I don't know if that's still a thing. That's still a thing, sir.
I don't know. I'd be cooling.
Today, man, we got out of West Side Long Beach, man. We got TB the Gunslinger, man. What's up, man?
Yeah, man.
Just put the mic a little closer to your mouth and shit. Yeah, you can move it and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, it wasn't gonna happen for a minute because life shit comes up, bro. You know, definitely. Yeah. You know, and I appreciate you making your way out here, dude. You know, it's better late than never. That's for me and shit. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit?
They know what the fuck going on. It's your boy TB the Gunslinger, man. West Side Long Beach. Back. Yeah, we back for more.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, yeah. So why don't we start off a little bit, dude? Are you born and raised in Inglewood? I mean, Long Beach?
Yeah.
My bad. We were born and raised in Inglewood and shit. That's why.
Yeah. Sure, yeah. I was born and raised in Long Beach. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But my granny always lived there.
All right.
My dad, my people.
Or like for your family in general and shit. Oh, that's what's up. You just move the mic closer like I have it. My bad, dude. because you got a low voice and shit too,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, that's better. Yeah, my bad. No, that's dope, dude. So yeah, how is it growing up in Long Beach, bro? Like the only thing I know about Long Beach, and I'm ignorant to a lot of shit, bro. You know,
Yeah.
so I mean the aquarium, you know,
Hell
and
yeah.
Queen Mary and shit.
Yeah, the
Right?
aquarium dope. I used to go to the aquarium all the time. My dad worked there when I was little. He
Oh
used to
shit.
sneak through the back.
Oh really? Oh, that's
Sure.
dope, huh? They've
Yeah,
always
yeah.
had a good setup and everything right there, right?
Yeah.
Like some shit like that would be like, oh shit, I'm gonna chill here and just space out for a minute and shit, right? You know?
Hell yeah. That shit was dope.
Yeah,
I
that's what's
love
up.
Long Beach.
What about the Queen Mary, man? You used to hit the Queen Mary too?
Yeah, I remember the Queen Mary. I've been there a couple times, like when we was little. I think the Queen Mary, if I ain't tripping, like it went during Halloween. It used to
Yeah.
have like the little shit we used
The
to
mazes
go through.
and
Yeah,
shit? Yeah.
on the hood, like mirrors and shit. Niggas then ran into mirrors, all type of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
On the hood.
I've only been to the Queen Mary one time for the mazes, one Halloween, and but I've never been to the top deck, or I've never been to like the parties that they have there and everything, man. But I hear it's like they have a dope ass time right there. Shaq was just throwing some festivals type shit right there too, like a Shaq party and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Nah, but that's what's up. So you grew up in Long Beach and all that, man. And how is it there, bro? You know?
I mean, shit. Long Beach, pretty much shit. Gang banging.
Is
All I
it?
know,
Yeah.
pretty much on everything. Yeah, we outside with it.
Yeah, yeah.
All I know is the west side of Long Beach, pretty much. That's
Oh,
where
okay.
I'm from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everything.
And then I assume because you wear blue is like Crip and stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is that from? Like, what's right there?
I mean, like,
Like, you know
where
how they
that's
have
at?
rolling 60s?
Oh yeah,
or
I'm
they
from
have,
Rolling 80s.
oh, which
I'm from
one?
the west side of Long Beach. I'm from Rolling 80s.
Oh, rolling 80s and
Yeah.
shit. Oh, okay. And do they call it rolling 80s? Again, I'm ignorant, bro. I'm just
Yeah. I'm from
because
West.
they're 80 streets, like you know, is it how the rolling 60s is because like
Nah.
66, 67, right?
No, we on 32nd Street though.
32nd though.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, yeah, that's what's up. And right there
Yeah.
in Long Beach is like some racism shit too, right?
Yeah.
Is it like the essays and the blacks don't mix, right?
Nah. We don't
Yeah,
do
it's
that.
been like that forever, or do you remember a time where it wasn't like that?
Nah, I don't remember it never being like that.
Oh, really? It's since you were like young, knowing because I know you mentioned you was gangbanging since you was young, right?
Yeah, we was like, you was born into this shit, like to beef with like different races. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like you don't even gang bang, and niggas still be up on you. Like they still
Oh,
get up
okay.
on you, and niggas
Yeah,
still
yeah.
get up on you. Like
Yeah.
so it's just like, yeah,
Yeah, that's how it is in a lot of places, I guess, bro. Like, just because you grow up in a certain. I remember, like, I lived in Torrance for a while and shit, dude. And I remember going, like, to school in the 8th grade and being banged on just because of where I live. Like, the Harbor City and the Torrance didn't get along. So I went to school in Harbor City, but I lived in Torrance. So they would always try and, like, I was fighting people just because I lived in Torrance. And I was from Inglewood generally. Not the gang Inglewood, but I lived in Inglewood. That was hometown for me, you know? But it was like over there, people would be like, "Oh, you live in Torrance? That's what you claim," and then they would fight you and shit, dude. You know, like from little. This was like 8th grade and shit, man. You know. But it's a trip. It must be like that, like growing up in Long Beach like that. Then, oh man, and Long Beach is a big ass city too, right? Like they got a lot of shit going on right there.
Yeah, it's kind of big. If you know it, it's small though. You know, Long Beach is not that big.
Because apart from that, I remember I used to go clubbing with my wife right there and shit. VTO, the club VTO, I think it's called. It was like out there by the where all the little shopping thing is, and it was like a late night club and shit, dude. We used to go right there.
I don't really do too much clubbing, but
yeah, I'm not much of a clubber, but my wife was, so I used to entertain it and shit, man. You know. Sometimes you gotta do what the girls like to do, otherwise, you know, they gonna find somebody else that do.
Definitely.
Simple as that. Yeah. No, yeah. So damn. So growing up, so how is it like for you to be like? Because I know you get along with some essays, obviously, right? It's just certain people in the section, right? Obviously, you can't, you know.
But like no Chango. I don't care. That's out.
No what? Sorry.
No Chango.
What's that?
Like Longos.
Oh, that's what it is.
No
oh,
Chango.
okay. Yeah.
I don't fuck with no Chango.
Oh, all right.
So,
but other essays and all that, you get along. You know other people you fuck with, especially in the music game. You'll be very limited too, right? Like if you didn't fuck with different type of races and shit like that. And it's probably a dumb question, bro, but you're not racist, right? Like generally speaking and shit.
Hell
no?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, that's good, dude. Whew, man. I'm playing everybody shitty, dude. Nah, that's what's up, dude. But yeah, so growing up in Long Beach, bro, like, you know, you elementary, all that, junior high, high school, like how was that for you growing up, bro?
I mean, it was cool. I mean, shit, I still know everybody that I grew up with. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We was thugging.
All from childhood, like you were 11 or
Yeah, I started gangbanging when I was 11. Feel me?
yeah, yeah,
I went to Stevens Middle School, 8th grade. Feel me? There, just everybody start getting put on the hood. You feel
yeah,
me? That I
yeah.
grew up with. And
It
we
takes
just
one
all,
friend, right? And then from one friend is like all everybody and shit, kind of, right? Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. It becomes like a family and shit like that, right?
hell yeah.
Yeah.
That
And
shit
yeah,
crazy.
and at what age did you start doing music and shit, dude?
I started doing music in 2019. Well, I was like, what, 18,
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. So it took you a
19.
while and shit, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of people start. I always hear like, oh, people start when they're young, like 10, 13, they start rapping like in the halls and stuff like that, right? But you was locked up before that, then, right?
Where,
Before you started doing music?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So how long did you do like your first time and shit?
The first time I was in jail, what, how long? I was in probably jail like a couple weeks. I went to jail for a robbery. I
Oh,
was
really?
like
At a
13,
young age?
14. Yep.
Oh, yeah, 13, 14?
Yep, I went to LP.
Oh, all right, yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah. Nearest couldn't stay out of jail. I don't know how many times I've
Yeah, yeah. Especially the halls, you was fighting a lot and all that too and
been.
shit?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Gangbanging.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh? That shit, like, I've never been to the halls or anything from stories that I hear of friends and stuff, dude, that basically lived there. You get me?
Yeah.
It was like gladiator shit, you know? Like
Yeah.
all day, every day kind of shit, no? Yeah, yeah. So then you got out, you did a couple of weeks, and then, because back then they used to lock you up and then do a 3-month program or 6 months, right? And then kind of let you go and shit like
Oh,
that,
yeah.
right?
That's when like you go to camp.
Yeah.
I went to camp. They gave me 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
I turned that 3 months into like 21 months. I was kept getting right up and refiled,
Oh,
fighting,
man.
causing riots.
Yeah. Yeah, the homie that's right here too, dude. We grew up together and shit. And he went for 3 months. I didn't see him for a year and shit, dude, you know? For a
Yeah.
while and shit, dude,
That
you know?
shit get real.
Yeah. And it's a trip, dude. But so then you got out. You still weren't into music and all that, or you always thought you was gonna try and do music, you just never got to it, or
Nah,
you were
I was-
just too busy in the streets and
Yeah,
stuff.
I was
yeah?
still in the streets.
And then did you get locked up after 14, 15 and shit?
Yeah, locked up. But I went to jail. I was on the run. It was a whole. I don't even know how many times I went to jail, but shit, I went to like what made me start rapping was when I went to the pen. Feel me?
Oh, okay.
And I was finna get out, and my celly, he had life. Feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
And he like, what you finna do? I'm like, shit. No, he like, man, you gonna be back right back in this
Yeah, yeah.
motherfucker.
You with no plan, huh?
Everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, shit, I'm gonna be a rapper. Fuck it.
All right.
Feel me? And he
Did
like,
you have skills though, like, or you just thought like I
yeah, I
could do
did
this?
some freestyles like
Oh, okay.
in the hood with the homies, like just
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
the car, hotbox and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You feel me? Niggas was fucking with it, so you feel me? On everything, but yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
got
what's up.
out and I did it.
Yeah, yeah. So you told the homie that was doing live, you was like, I'm gonna be a rapper, and then you came out with that mentality. How old were you at this age?
I was like 19. I was
Okay.
at the pen when I was like 19.
You were there for a couple years and shoot, or
Yep, I did 21 months.
21 months, damn.
Just
yeah.
like I did in camp.
Oh, all right, damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And then so you got out, and then what's the first thing you did to try and get into music and shit?
Shit, the homie took me to the studio. They was already doing their thing. They took me to the studio. I wrote Due Time. I already had Due Time.
Uh-huh.
Like I wrote that off of my chest. Like,
Oh, really?
Like the beat. Like
Yeah,
the beat
yeah.
and shit. Yeah, I wrote that in jail. And I got out, found the beat, and we put it on there. I let the homie hop on there. I mean,
That was your first song and shit.
that was the first session. My first song was Plotting on Me though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what's up, dude. Yeah, a lot of people fuck with you, bro. Like when I posted the flyer, you know, a lot of the young folks too. You know, like, you know, maybe 17 to 25 and shit. They were all like, "Oh shit, he's dope. Hey, I used to bump his music and shit, dude. You know."
Hell
And it
yeah.
looked like you took like a vacation after and shit, right? So you was going hard on it, but you was still like in the streets making music and all that, or
Hell yeah, it was just a lot of shit going on. Jail, feel me?
yeah, yeah.
Street shit.
And then how did you like when you start making your song, your first? How did it feel being in the studio and shit, bro? Your first time and all that.
That shit was dope. Like, I remember like actually hearing my voice in the studio. Like, feel me?
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
the
Like the
earphones,
playback and
talking.
shit? Yeah, yeah.
that shit-
Oh,
I was
really?
Like, yeah, I'm
It
fucking
inspired you to try and do more and shit.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's what's up, dude. You know. And then what's some of the artists that inspire you in music, dude?
Shit.
At that time,
Ba-
because you're still young
yeah.
right now, right? I mean, you're.
I mean, shit. I was listening to everybody. I listened to everybody. Ain't nobody really inspiring me to make music. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like doing it.
All right.
Everything.
Like, who's your favorite artist and shit?
I like Lil Durk, Young Boy, Nipsey, Meek Mill. I like G
Yeah, Meek Mill's
Herbo.
dope,
I
though,
fuck with
for sure.
everybody.
Yeah, I haven't heard songs from Lil Durk, but I know he was popping too and shit, right? You know? Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You listen to a lot of old school rap, like Easy E and shit? Not
No.
really? No? Is that considered like classic to you and shit?
Yeah, that shit dope though.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't sit there and ride around listen to it. I know some people probably really sit there and listen to it. I don't sit there and ride
Yeah.
around.
That's all I have in my playlist, dude. I have a lot of Dr. Dre and Easy E, Ice Cube and shit, man. Mac 10, obviously, and shit, man, you know? And certain songs, right? I don't like, from every artist, I don't know if you're the same. Like, it's hard for me, like, when they come out, they used to come out with albums and shit, like CDs and shit. It would be hard for me to like all 13 songs or 15 songs, right? Like, I would like 3 or 4 and then eventually get bored of those and then find a new one in that album later, right? Like, 'cause I think music has to do a lot with where you are in life, right? Does that similar to you, kind
Yeah.
of, right? Like,
Yeah.
like sometimes you just hear a song and it hits because you're in that moment and shit, dude. You know, like right now I just heard a song that somebody else was bumping. I have forgot all about it, but the Lil Webby one, what it is. I don't know if you heard of that one. He's like, I don't know what it is. Is it my car? Is it my girl? Is it I don't know. Like why they hate on him and shit. Like it's basically why they hate on him. He's like, I don't know what it is. If it's my Rolex or
Yeah.
which is dope, dude. It has a good melody and shit. But I forget about songs and then I hear them and I'm like, oh shit, that shit was fire and shit, man.
Hell yeah.
Like, what's one of your favorite songs, dude?
Like I remember that's old.
Yeah.
I remember my dad used to play like Wrong Idea. Feel me?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so that nigga used to be drunk and have niggas sliding all through Long Beach. Yeah, the real. We had that motherfucker beating. We be in front of the liquor store. He didn't even know we in the ops.
yeah, for real, right?
For real.
Hey, that's a trip though. Like when you say like that's old, cause wrong idea. Like, don't you get the wrong idea about me, right?
I don't wanna
Damn, that's like the songs I was bumping and shit. And I feel like that shit was yesterday, man. You get me? Like, but that's a trip because I hear that a lot from folks, like young cats, like I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll be bumping Easy E, and they be like, oh that's that old school and shit. And to me, the old school is like Zapp and Rogers and like the G Funk and shit. You get me? Like I grew up around the Warren G, Nate Dogg, all that, you know? Yeah. And that's now like the real old school, I guess, and shit, man. But nah, that's what's up. So you were making your music and it was hitting at first, or were you struggling to get like the views and shit like that, or?
Nah, shit, Due Time and Plotting on Me was all made in the first session. Like, all in one session, my first session.
Yeah.
And shit, those was my 2 biggest songs, so.
People were fucking with it and shit. So that must have felt good off the bat, right?
Yeah, but I didn't realize it though, cause I didn't know. You feel me? Like I just got out of the pens, like I'm about to be a rapper. Like I didn't know. I didn't have no Instagram.
Yeah.
I didn't have none of that. I didn't have no YouTube. I just sat there and made all that and just started using it, and figuring everything out.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So where'd you launch those 2 songs on YouTube and shit, or?
It started off on SoundCloud.
Oh, SoundCloud. Okay. Yeah.
And I made a YouTube channel, and then actually how I learned about pinning on all platforms was when I went to the Wilmington Arms. And the bully, he from Compton, he make music. He showed me how to put everything on the platform. Oh, you got it there, you feel me? So that's when I put it all on there and shit. Just went from there.
Oh, that's what's up and shit, man. So you made 2 bangers, people was fucking with it, and then you was like, all right, I'm gonna do this and shit. How did that go? Like after that, what was your next move and shit, bro? Cause you're 19, you're young and still, right? You know?
I just kept doing it. I just kept making music. I was still in the streets. I mean,
Yeah.
I got kids. I was just doing it.
Yeah. And you end up getting busted again and shit, or?
Yeah.
Is that later on in life already, or?
I don't know how many times I went to jail since I've been rapping.
Oh, really? Yeah. Is it something like people will recognize you, like the police and all that shit, and fuck with you more and stuff, or?
Definitely in Long Beach, West Side Long Beach, most definitely.
Like people know you and shit.
They just
like that.
took my car.
Yeah, that's fucked up, right?
Nothing.
Yeah. Oh, that's why you was late too, right? I mean, you're trying to get your
saying.
car back and all that shit,
I need
dude.
my shit back. Fuck the police.
Yeah. And then so after you're making the songs, you're going to the studio and all that. Like, do you start working with other artists at that time now, or?
I mean, for the most part, I've been making music by myself. I made some songs with the homies. I made
like from the same area as you, Long Beach and shit. Yeah. All right.
Hood.
Yeah. Because do you have a lot of rappers like in your block and stuff, or
Yeah, it's a couple of rappers.
yeah?
I mean, Gutter, Sully,
Mm-hmm.
um, Brandon, Green Eyes. What's that? Doing their thing.
Oh, that's what's up, dude. And do they take it seriously as well too?
I mean, not how I want them to.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying, but we coming though. Good.
yeah, yeah. That's what's up, man. Nah, and that's dope. Like what producers you be fucking with right now, dude, to get your beat selections from and shit.
I've been fucking with produced by Hydro. You feel me? I've been fucking with his beats heavy. I've been vibing to every beat that he dropped.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've been in the booth for mixed by Crook, Jules on the beat. We was just in the booth for Swifty. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Doing our thing.
Yeah, yeah. So you working right now then and shit.
Yeah,
And then you mentioned you had just got out of jail again recently, right? Like how long ago was that?
Like what? 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Oh, barely
Finna be
too,
3
right?
months ago,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You're still getting acclimated and shit, right? To
Yeah.
like the thing and shit, dude. And yeah, what you go to jail for before? Like how long did you do for this last term?
I was in jail for almost a year. Real. I went down for a blower.
Oh, really?
For the video, got a video, got a song called "Love My Gang." I went to jail that day for a blower.
Or after them filming it and all that shit? Oh man, that's fucked up. So you filmed it in Long Beach and shit?
Yep, I was in the hood.
Oh, really? Damn. And then like, so you took a deal or whatever, right? Like they caught
Had
you
to
with
get
it.
that
and
shit out the way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they gave you a year. Did you do a full year or?
Nah, it was 9 months.
Oh, all right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And that's your last term right now and shit.
Yeah.
So you just fresh out 3 months. How did you feel? Like how is it in jail for you, dude? Like do people fuck with your music there? Were you rapping in jail type shit
Yeah.
or?
Sure,
Like-
people fuck with me. Shit. Well, I feel like most of the people that actually listen to my music been in jail. You feel me? So
Yeah, yeah.
most of the time when I go to jail, niggas be like, "Oh, what up?" Like,
Oh, they
nigga,
know
tell
you
me
and
that.
shit?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
sure.
And
Yeah.
how is it in jail for and again I'm ignorant, bro, and then if you don't want to mention it's cool. Like for blacks, bro, like do Bloods and Crips get along in there too and shit or
Yeah, it's smooth.
yeah?
Yeah, ain't no beef. Ain't beefing. I don't care, but
Everybody just trying to get
it's
home
different
and
cars,
shit like
though.
that.
Yeah, it's different cars. That's like, I mean, that's two different things. I feel like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then how does that like when you're in there, you say you was locked up with Blue Face you mentioned and shit, right? Is
Oh,
this
yeah.
last time or the time
Oh
before?
yeah, no, this time we was in the reception.
Oh, really?
In the reception. Yeah.
You got to talk to him and all that shit or what?
Yeah, we was right there chopping it up on the
Yeah.
hood. Telling niggas do they shit. You feel me? Hopefully we got some shit coming on the hood.
Oh yeah,
Feel
when
me?
he's out already or
He supposed to be getting out shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
You're gonna tap in with him and try and get some shit with Blue Face and shit, right?
yeah, if
Yeah,
he
that
come,
fool,
he
he's
come.
dope too, man. You know, for
Yeah,
sure.
hell yeah.
And he be all over like LA and shit too, man, right? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people fuck with his music too and shit. You was locked up with somebody else too, you mentioned, right?
I was in jail with that nigga J Stone.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I don't know J Stone, Harmony and J Stone. We for sure got some shit coming when he get out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And how is it? Like you was tapped in with them, chopping it up. They fuck with your music too and shit like that.
Yeah,
or-
cause me and J Stone, we was being supposed to do some shit, so he already knew me. You feel me? I know he already knew me. Feel me? But me and Blueface just met each other on some crib shit. Really,
yeah, yeah.
like, niggas was fucking up the program in reception, so we had like a little meeting and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Me.
All right, get it back in line and shit.
God.
Nah, and then like, hey, how is it for you? Like when you're an artist, right? You're rapping, but you're still in the streets and stuff. Like, how is it for you, dude? Do they like people reach out to you like to work with you, or you reaching out to people, or
Yeah, it go
or does
both ways.
it just naturally happens and shit, you know?
It go both ways. Like I reach out, people reach out to me, and shit, we
Mhm.
make it happen.
All right, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then like who like so you mentioned Hydra as your producer and stuff like that. What's one thing you enjoy about making music, dude?
Yeah, that's therapy for me. I feel like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how I let everything out of me, like, cause I really don't really talk like that.
Yeah, yeah. You seem real quiet, dude,
Yeah, I
for
don't
sure.
really-
You
I
know?
don't do too
Yeah,
much.
yeah. And you're not really like on social media either, like that either, huh?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. Yeah, that's what's up, dude. And but like, so it's therapeutic. So like, what are some of the challenges you found with being an artist, dude?
I just not knowing what I was doing at the time. You feel me? I feel like if I knew how big I was and how much, feel me, how much fans I was gaining and everything, how much everything was going, how good
Mhm.
everything was going. If
Yeah.
I knew what I had at the time, I would have been able to capitalize off of.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, right?
That was like something for me that I felt like that man downfall for me.
From like the first go around and shit, since you started at 19.
Yeah, because I've been doing.
Because you would have known the
myself.
2 songs that hit, right? Yeah.
Right.
And then you do most of it yourself, or do you have like a team that helps you out and shit?
Truthfully, I do all this by myself. Truthfully, everything I've been doing, I've been doing it by myself.
Yeah, yeah. Damn, it's hard, isn't it? Because it's like so much to do, right? Like even managing, like from what I see, dude, like, and we just run a podcast. We're not an artist or anything, but like from what I see, like even running a social media, like a YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok takes a lot of fucking work just automatically. And then you still got to write the song. You still got to choose the beat. You still got to go to the studio and be in the studio, like mentally, right? Because it's one thing to pull up and not feel like doing shit, right? Like you got to be energetic and be ready to rock and roll and shit. Ready. Yeah, right. And then that shit costs money, right? Because making music is expensive, especially when you start throwing in music videos and shit, right? Yeah. Who shoots most of your music videos and shit?
I got two videographers, RW Films, and then my nigga Killer, Cali.
Oh, okay.
Cali, hell yeah.
Yeah, they're dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the video that you have on your Instagram right now is dope. Is that a new song and shit?
Yeah, that was with RW Films. Everything.
What was that song like? When did you make that one?
I made that before I went to jail, and I got out. The homie died. You feel me? And I really wasn't even planning on doing a video. It was just the homie last day. You feel me? So
yeah.
We did what we did. We did it up for him.
Yeah. Oh, he passed away, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, like gang violence and shit, or?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks, man. Yeah. You know, a lot of people that are talented, bro, lose their life like that. I mean, just recently, just here, like all over the states, bro, you've been hearing of a lot of rappers getting shot, right? Like, I mean, they just shot the guy over there with his daughter, right? Even here in LA. I mean, yeah, LA just, you already know, is a dangerous place for fucking anybody and shit. You know, people get shot for wearing the type of hat they wear out here and shit, or the colors and shit, you know? That's a dope ass shoes too, bro. I'm a shoe dude, man, you know?
Yeah.
The
other homie, he died too. It's my brother.
Oh, really? You got custom made, huh? The Air Force Ones custom made and shit? Yeah, they look dope, dude, for sure. But yeah, so like getting back to your music and shit, dude. So like, so not knowing, right? So those are the challenges. So when you started doing music, were you just like, but I'm gonna make this song and drop it on SoundCloud and then let it be, right? That's all you knew was like to put the music in SoundCloud. And then you start finding out about social media and shit. You're like, oh shit, this is how you actually get paid, kind of in a way, right? Because you got to grow a following, then people fuck with you and right, and YouTube and all that, right?
I wasn't even thinking about getting paid though.
No, you were just doing it. Yeah. And what about now? Like, when did that change? So when you started at 19, when you were like, man, I got to get paid off this.
Yeah, I just learned that just to put it on all platforms, you feel me? And I had it on all platforms, and I looked in the bank, there was money coming in. I'm like, oh, shit, I got to keep going. Yeah, because that DistroKid, that you fuck with DistroKid or different ones? I fuck with Distro.
Yeah. It makes it real easy, right?
Yeah.
Like, because we're not an artist, but we invest a lot in music, right? So we always, like, we have our own distro where we get our own splits and stuff. And the way, you know, a lot of artists don't work like this, or a lot of investors don't work like this. But what we do is we basically put the money up for the beat, the studio, and all that. And we give the artist between 30 to 50%, depending on, you know, how much they would bring in, right? Because, you know, music money is slow money, right? Like, it's sometimes nickel, dimes, and dollars that pile up, right? And the bigger the platform you have, obviously, the more you make and stuff, right? You know? But a lot of folks don't work that way and shit, you know? So a lot of folks like to buy the music outright and give you, oh, here's 200, 300 for your feature and stuff, right? But we do it more like to help grow artists that may not have the means to do it, but got a lot of talent. Because there's a lot of raw talent out there, bro. Like, I heard your songs. I had not heard of you for a minute. Actually, the homie Crazy Boy, 1800, told me about you and shit. Because we've been fucking with him. He's out in Mexico. Do you know him, or you just kind of like...
Shout out to Crazy Boy 1800.
Yeah. He's been telling me, he was like, oh, man, I want to work with him and shit, you know? And he was asking me if I knew you because he's plugging me in with different artists and shit, like supporting our channel, you know? And then I was like, nah, I haven't heard of them. And then when he sent me your IG, I was listening to a song. I was like, oh, shit, he gets down and shit, bro, you know? And it's like a different vibe of music, you get me, like, to me. But it's still gang-related and shit, you know? So I was like, oh, that's dope, man, you know? So I was like, yeah, I'm going to definitely hit him up and shit, man, you know? And here we are, you know. So shout out Crazy Boy for plugging us in, man. You know.
Shout out, bro.
Yeah, for sure. You're gonna have to collab with him somehow, man. You know, he's a dope ass rapper too. I feel like he's really underrated, man. You know, and I think part of it is because he's out in Mexico, so a lot of folks, it's hard to get that. You know, the algorithms on Instagram, it's so crazy. Like if you're not posting every day, and then on the region that you are, it's hard to like, you know, get onto this side and all that, dude. You know. But yeah, I've been learning a lot about social media and how difficult it really is. Like once you stop posting 1 day, 3 days a week, you fall off, bro, and it's hard to come back off that shit, man. You know. And then some of the challenges, and I've said this before. I don't know if you see it, is getting discovered by new potential fans, right? Like you might drop a new song and it's a banger, bro. Like you get me, but it's hard to have new people find it and shit, right? And the reason I say that too is because I have friends, right? And they still didn't know what YouTube we have. And we're posting every day on Instagram. They follow us on Instagram, but they never like observe like, oh shit, they have a YouTube channel. Like, and I always think like, oh, they already follow us on Instagram, so they must know. And sometimes I'll be like, oh yeah, we got a new show, tap in Thursday, bro. And they'll be like, oh, where do you have it at? And they'll be like, oh, on YouTube. And then I have to send them the link, and they're like, oh, I just subscribed. And it's been like a year though, you get me? So I'm like, oh shit. So it's hard for even when you know people and shit, you know?
That's because everybody don't use YouTube though.
Right? Yeah, it's a different platform and shit, dude. And I noticed some people fuck with TikTok, some people do Snapchat. I know a homie we had on here from Whittier, he was doing it on Twitter and shit. Like dropping his music on Twitter in the beginning and shit, dude, you know?
Wherever you booming, you better stick with it and roll
right, make it work. Where do you feel that it's popping for you and shit?
Instagram and YouTube, everywhere. Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere.
Or everywhere? Yeah, you can see your analytics on all of the platforms and shit. Yeah. I feel like YouTube to me is kind of like where a lot of people go for content, because I feel, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like YouTube is free for starters, right? So you just have to create an account. And I feel like a lot of people, like I'll see that we drop the songs on Apple Music and Spotify, but we get the most reaction from YouTube and shit, you know? So that's a trip, right? And I feel because Spotify and Apple Music, you got to have a subscription in order to play the songs you want to play and stuff, right? It's not free. And I feel like YouTube is free. People are on their phone, you know, and they like to watch the content. I think that's why the podcast game is so big as well, too, right? You know?
It's like they want to see you. Video.
Yeah, and a lot of people with smart TVs now can watch it on TV, right? Like I see a lot of reposts and people are recording and watching from their TV, and I'll be like, oh, that's just dope, man. It's like, you know, that's your content, you know? It's like watching a movie, man, you know?
That's what people be doing.
Yeah. And then so you say your challenges, you know, is how you mentioned, right? Like staying focused as well, right?
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
So like, so right now, like, what are your plans right now, bro? Like to get your music, like, I mean, you got some shit in the vault that you're gonna be launching soon, music videos. But what's your plan right now with your music?
I'm just gonna keep dropping. I mean, keep dropping, stay consistent. Stay down for my own come up. Stay consistent.
Yeah.
That's all I can do.
Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna do it for you, that's for sure, man, you know? And that's the thing, when you run these like yourself as an artist, you're basically your own company, right? You're the CEO, you're the marketing, you're the operations, you know? And if you don't wake up and go to work and shit, you know, ain't nothing gonna get done, right? You know? You consider yourself like a grinder and shit? Like,
hell yeah, I write music every day.
Yeah? So every day kind of you take time and write some jams.
Write a song for sure every day.
Oh, really? Oh, that's what's up. Do you use your phone like new school, or do you write it on paper like the old school?
I write it in my notes. I just write it like, yep, it's all in my notes.
That's what's up, yeah. I remember seeing old videos and shit of people when they used to rap, they used to have the notepads and shit. Yeah. And now I see like the new videos, everybody's like reading off their phone and shit, right? You know?
They didn't have them smartphones back in the day.
Right. Yeah. And I still know some people that use notepads and shit, dude. It's just a habit of how they feel comfortable, I guess, right? You know? But like, so what are some of your ambitions, bro? Like to work with in music, like people to work with, or like how do you measure success and shit in the music?
Shit, just me being able to take care of me and my mine. You feel me? My kids, my girl, just my family.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my success.
So
Just doing it.
and like live off the music and shit, basically.
Yeah, I love doing music. You feel me? So I get paid for it. So ain't nothing stopping me but me.
Yeah, yeah. That's what's up.
Man.
And you say you have a family, like, so how big is your family and shit?
Uh, I got 3 sons and a daughter.
Oh, really? Yeah. And you're married and stuff, or
I ain't married.
no? You just have your girlfriend, or yeah. So 3 sons and a daughter. How old are they and shit?
Well, I got a 10-year-old, 8-year-old, a 4-year-old, and I got a 1-year-old.
Oh man, some of them back to back kind of shit, huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. What are some of the challenges you have with kids, dude? As a, cause you're young. I mean, I don't know if you want to put your age out there and shit, but you're a young parent, dude, and you have 4 kids, right?
Shit, man, that shit crazy.
In short words and shit.
Man,
Like, what are some of the challenges? Cause you have boys, right? So,
Right.
and you have,
they bad as hell.
yeah. They remind you of
But-
yourself, or not really?
Yeah,
and
for
shit?
sure. But just more than anything, what I think about when it comes to my sons is like I want them to be better than me, and I want them to be doing something. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
I want to be doing something good.
Well,
You know
that's
what I'm
dope,
saying?
man. That's a good mentality to have, dude. I have 3 kids myself. I have a 14-year-old son now, and then I have 2 young daughters that are 9 and 10 back to back and shit, you know? And my daughters are the crazy ones and shit. They're the ones that my son is like all proper, right? You know, he's in high school, carries himself all proper. My daughters are the one like, yo, let's get the G right. Yo, you know, like they talk like me because they listen to me and they spend more time with me too, right? Like I drop them off at school, I pick them up, we go eat snacks, you know? Because like right now I haven't been working, so I just been like, I'm like the mom right now, you know? My wife working and shit, you know?
Mhm.
And then, yeah, it took like basically I'm on a 4-month break, going on 4 months right now, man. Just trying to make the channel pop and shit, man. You know,
Yeah.
focusing a lot of energy on this.
Yeah.
But yeah, my daughter is like I bumped Ice Cube and everything, and my youngest Eden, man. You know, I call her Little E because they all wanted to have nicknames and shit. Because everybody like, oh, they call you Yo Boy Smerf, right? So they asked me what would be my nickname. I didn't want to give them nicknames, but I don't want them to make it feel taboo because then they'll do it behind your back, right? So I rather in like as a family kind of be like, oh well, you would be Little E, and then I got my other daughter, Jay, you know, because her name's Jules and shit, you know. And it's a trick because when I bump my songs, I don't know how much influence you have on kids, but you know they're young, 9 and 10, but they'll be in the house, and you know that song Ghetto Bird from Ice Cube. Nah, you ever? Damn, that's old school, huh? So Ice Cube has a song called Ghetto Bird, and it starts off by dun 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 dun, and it talks about why the ghetto bird is always in the neighborhood, like why, oh why, you know, because it's like picking up, like flashing the light and all that. So I bumped that a lot in my car. It's one of my favorite songs, and sometimes I'll be like getting something from the fridge, and my daughter's walking in. She's only 9. She goes and I turn around, and I was like, damn, like you know, it's funny. But then I'd be like, damn, I don't want to have that influence over them like that because, like, I consider myself like real, how would I say, uneducated, dude. You get me? Like, I don't want to say like I'm a ghetto person and shit, but I grew up on the block, bro. Like, you get me? Like, I say a lot of bad words and everything, you know. So that's the hardest part that I find challenging is like, how do I take the good from me to pass it on without passing out the bad, you know?
Sure.
You get me? Do
Hell
you see
yeah.
that too and shit?
Yeah, for
Right?
sure. Even with the music, like my sons look at my videos. You feel me?
Yeah,
So
yeah, right? Yeah.
I'll be like, hold on, now that I'm thinking, like, feel me? Oh,
They can't see you with the blowers
you
and
feel
shit
me?
because then it's
Now
cool,
he
you know?
right there like this, pointing at the TV.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not cool.
Yeah, yeah, for real. Because it is kind of how you're repeating the process of how you grew up, right? If
Sure.
you're doing that, you're just doing it in a different influential way, right? You know, when instead of like in the streets, being with them in the streets, they at home, but they watching you on TV, you know? Like my daughters aren't allowed to watch the podcast sometimes and shit, you know? But I be telling them, I tell my wife, because my wife watches, shout out to my wife, man. 17 years married now, dude, you know?
Sure.
I know I still look like I'm 20 and shit, bro, but you know, I'm a little older than that, you know?
Yeah.
But now when I'm naming songs you never heard of and shit, you know? But you fuck with the game?
Nah.
Nah?
I ain't gonna let it sit here and cap. I don't fuck with the game.
Yeah. You know, I fuck with the game just because he had the 310 shoes, the Hurricanes. I don't know if you remember those. They're really old, though. and they had 310 right here in the back, and 310 was the Inglewood area code. So I used to rock them shoes. That was like the only shoes I would wear for a while and shit, man. You know, the Hurricanes and shit. I've been looking for a size 8.5 in case anybody has them out there and shit, dude. You know. But you know, like some of his songs were dope, but a lot of them were just out of my flavor. But the ones he did, like the documentary, is a dope album to me and shit, man. You know. And I don't know if you don't fuck with him just cause you know blue and red type shit or like
no. See, I be chilling sometimes. I'll go back and look at the like old rappers. You feel me? And look at their catalog and all their songs and shit. And, like Snoop Dogg hard. You feel me?
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, but I ain't never really tapped into the game.
All right. Yeah. And then Snoop Dogg's hard. And you know what's dope about him? How versatile he became, dude. Right? Like he would make a banging song, and then he would make you a club banger. And then he'll make you something to just roll and cruise and blaze a blunt with and shit, right? Like he had like so much going on for him and shit, dude. To me, that shit is dope, you know? How you can be talented like that. And to me, the dopest shit about Snoop Dogg is how you can show up and have all this money and fuck with Martha Stewart and all this shit and still roll up on stage and do a crib walk, dude. On a blue fucking bandana suit. Like who wouldn't want to live that dream, right? Like you still stay true to yourself and you still cashing big checks, bro. Yeah. Right? You get me? That would be a dope dream, right? I mean, shit. Authentic. I wonder if he ever thought it was gonna get to that level, or he just kind of like you, like I'm just gonna make music and shit. You get me?
I feel like authentic. You gotta stay authentic.
Yeah, right. Like keep real to yourself, and it'll always work out in a way, right? You know. Now he owns Death Row Records and shit, right? And you know he brought that shit back. That's just dope. You fuck with that other dude, Doggy Style? Have you heard of him? He's in the rapper.
I heard of Doggy Style.
I think he's out of Pomona or San Bernardino.
Yeah, I think he has. Yep, I think he out the Dino. I know you talking about.
Yeah.
Cool too, yeah.
He has the same vibe as the old school music. That's why I fuck with him. He dressed old school too and shit. Like almost when I see him dressed, I feel like he's an essay and shit, dude. You get me? Yeah.
I looked at his page, seen this shit.
For sure. Because a lot of the new rappers, they dress kind of like you, dude. Right? I mean, like a little bit more. How would I say? Like sporty. Right? Like that's a dope ass jacket you got on, by the way, too, and shit, dude. You know? Yeah, I fucks with the leather varsity jackets, dude. Right now we're making our own West Factory one and shit. And we trying to get it in time for the show so we can be right there repping and shit, dude, you know? But yeah, right now a lot of people are fucking with that brand. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but Alisei, have you heard of it? They have like the Chapo Guzman.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah. Is Alisei or is it Sally?
Oh, maybe Solid. I said I'm probably pronouncing it wrong.
I don't be
dude.
Like when it comes to clothes, I don't be wearing everything that niggas wear. Like I'm not wearing awful lot of cuff shirt. I ain't wearing Solid. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody do to each own.
I just be rocking with all the rock. You feel me?
Yeah. What you feel good in and shit. Hell yeah, I throw on some shorts and a little crew neck today, dude. You get me? And my J's, gotta have the J's though and shit, man, you know. And I only used to rock the Reeboks, but my wife got me these and shit, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna sport the shit out of them. You know?
The threes.
Oh yeah, see, I don't even know what these are and shit. The threes, they're dope or what?
Yeah, them hard.
Yeah, that's what's up. I got a homie that sold me another pair of J's that I bought because he sells shoes, so I support the business and shit. And I got some baby blue ones that are dope with like some peach color on them. He said they're dope. And I just got these new black ones that just came out on May, but he got them for me in April and shit.
They all black?
Not all black. They're like black, kind of like here, like solid black and white. But he said they were like the ones he played in. Like Michael Jordan actually used those to play in the game or something, you know? Yeah. That's dope. So I haven't worn them because I was like, damn, I might just resell those motherfuckers and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's crazy how much J's be going for and shit, man, you know? I got to get that shit on payments and shit, bro. You get me? That's like on that, what is that called? That car nut shit, you know? Boom. Drop it on 4 payments and shit. One day I'll be balling for sure and shit, dude. Yeah, we got some comments right here. Shout out Parkside Demon, man. He's out of Norwalk. Have you heard about him?
Sure.
Yeah? Yep. He's doing his thing right now, bro. He got fire.
Yeah, we're gonna work.
Yeah.
Parkside Demon too on the hood.
Yeah. He's out of Norwalk. He's been on the podcast. He's doing some dope ass shit, bro, for sure. He got another young homie, Baby Smiley, coming out of Banning, California. He sound like Money Sign Suede and shit. He got like the same type of voice and shit, but he got his own style. But shout out Reckless, shout out Los Angel 310, man. Los Padrinos, Silmar, and Eastlake. Those are all the camps and shit.
Sure.
And LP. Some people are saying like, different things and shit with the K's on them, But shout out to everybody on the chat. Appreciate y'all tapping in and everything, man. That shit's dope. But yeah, dude. So we talked about some of the challenges, and the inspiration for you is basically to be able to support your family and shit, man. And then the music's therapeutic for you and shit. But like, feature wise, dude, like if you could work with any type of rapper, like what would you like to do? Like or a producer or something, bro. Like,
DJ Mustard.
Oh yeah.
Sure, DJ Mustard.
Yeah, that fool beats down, dude.
Yeah, can't go wrong with a mustard beat.
Yeah.
Get a mustard beat you on.
Did you know that song? The one where Kendrick Lamar goes, Buster.
Oh yeah.
You know that beat is the Superman beat from the old movie where he flies like dun 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 dun. You know that thing, right? I
know what you're talking about.
He put that into the beat. I saw a young kid on TikTok remake that beat, and he took it from the Superman song and then he mixed it, and that's the core sound he used.
Crazy. And
I was thinking like, dude, that Superman beat has been around for 30, 40 years, dude.
I think that's how you make it. Like when you make it have a sound like with a beat, when you have a sound that everybody is like know about,
yeah.
Then you do your
you can't even hear that sound. You get me?
But it's just resonant. You still it's there, but it's low.
And how many people haven't fucked with that song, right? Where he and then he yells mustard on it and all that, dude. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar's popping right now to me, dude. How about to you and shit?
Yeah, he booming.
He's doing it, right? Like for sure, dude. He dressed a little weird for me, but I guess if somebody paid me $1 million, I'll probably put those pants on too and shit, right? I mean, fuck, you get that check. I don't care what people say, I guess, Cause I don't know. I always picture myself like no matter what, like I'm always gonna have my white tee and my crew neck and shit. But I guess when the checks come rolling in,
I feel like you gotta switch it up though. Like when you making music, you can't keep wearing the same shit. That's gonna get boring.
It would, right? They'll be like, oh, that fool always got that black crew neck on and shit. He a bum and shit. Yeah. I'll probably be that person they call a bum, dude, for sure. I like plain shit like this. Like I don't like the logos or anything. Like I wear
shit cool too though.
Yeah, I wear our brand, cause we got some dope ass shit, man. So you'll catch me wearing that stuff. But other than that, I like being like simple, blending in. You get me? Like,
I do that too.
Shit,
That's what I'm saying. You wear plain, you go flashy, you go gangster, you go.
Yeah. Sometimes when I got some of the J's or like on and people give compliments like, hey, I like those shoes, and I'll be embarrassed sometimes, dude. You get me? Because I don't know how to receive compliments. Because growing up in the streets. It was always negativity and shit, right? Like everybody was always hating or trying to like, you get me, or rob you and shit. You get me? So I would I don't know how to like take comments. Like to me, somebody will say, "Oh, those are dope ass shoes," and I'll be like, "Damn, why that fool looking at my shoes and shit?" You get me? But that's a trip, dude.
Nowadays, nigga taking nigga shoes is a bump.
People still get jacked for their shoes and shit.
That's what I say. If you taking nigga shoes nowadays, you a bum. Where's you taking nigga shoes?
Yeah.
He had them on his feet already.
Yeah.
That's out.
In the 90s, dude, 97, 98 and all that. In Inglewood, shit.
Right.
Well, you get jacked for jackets and shit,
really
dude.
Hats every day too.
Hats and thing, and then it was something else, bro. And that was probably everywhere, huh? Cause what were you doing in '95? How old were you and shit?
I was born in '98.
Oh shit. Yeah. Damn, I'm old, dude. Fuck. I just dated myself. I was in 5th grade in '95 and shit, and I thought I was the coolest motherfucker.
Yeah, shoes that I hate that everybody I don't like Nike Cortezes.
Oh really? Those are the classics, dude. Nah, I don't wear them and shit. Nah, yeah. I've never worn them and shit. Actually, I might have worn them in the junior high sometimes because I was poor, so I had to take whatever I can get type shit. You get me? I prefer the Chucks, bro.
Chucks?
Yeah,
we had Chucks for sure. I fuck with Chucks. I got some Chucks right now.
Yeah, me too. But I like the new Chucks, the ones the Nike makes now, and they're more cushiony and all that stuff. They're a little fatter. They still look a little old school, but they're a little fatter now or something, But yeah, I fuck with the Chucks though. The old Chucks were a little uncomfortable, but I'll still give me. I like the navy blues and the blacks and shit, dude. But personally, myself, I like white shoes.
White,
like plain white shoes. Like I got a lot of Reebok classics, plain white. Yeah, I fuck with those, like plain white. I've never thought of putting designs on them like that.
I can't fuck with Reebok Classic.
Nah, I love Reebok Classic.
Like growing up, I hated Reebok Classic.
Oh, really? How come?
It's ugly. Like you
They
talking about
ugly?
the pointy ones? They
Yeah,
pointy.
like the running shoes and
I
shit.
hate them.
Oh man, I got them in all different colors and shit. That's my favorite shoe, dude. You know?
Yeah, I be seeing people having my eyes.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's like dating yourself though too, man. You know, like I know my wife always trips on. She'd be like, "Damn, that's another pair." But there's a whole history behind why I got Reebok Classics too, man. You know, I had a bad Christmas story and shit. You know, but back to you, dude. So, a little bit more about keeping it around the music, dude. So like, we talked a little bit about what inspires you and all that. DJ Mustard would be your thing, dude. Like, what are some of the advice you would give to people, dude, that are trying to do music, but they in similar positions? You know, like, I don't want to like downplay your life story, but like, your situation is not really as unique, right? There's a lot of homies that, you know, brown, white, black, bro, that, you know, want to do music, but they're just caught up in a lifestyle that doesn't prioritize that, right? And, you know, they're in jail right now. Some are lifers, some getting out, some probably choosing to go the gang route as opposed to the music route right now, you know? Like, what would be some advice you give them, bro?
Shit. You ain't willing to go broke for it, then you ain't serious.
Mm-hmm. Like about music and shit?
Yeah, about it.
Or
anything
anything
that you're trying to get to. If you ain't willing to go broke for it, if you ain't trying to go broke and putting it in there like marketing, like I'll go broke for marketing. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like because I'm all in. I know it's gonna come back. You know what I mean? So just stick to it. Keep going and be willing to put the money into yourself, invest in yourself because ain't nobody gonna do it.
Yeah. Not in the beginning at least and shit, right? You know? And when you mean like go broke, so it's like if you had $50 and the studio was gonna cost you $50, you'll be like, fuck it. Like I know I'm gonna get this back, right? Like you really know, as opposed to like, damn, maybe next time and shit, right? That's what's up, dude. Yeah, and then there's a lot of people investing in equipment to record at home and shit, dude. Like, is that something you do, or you like being in the studio and shit?
Like, cause I don't know how to use all that. I don't know how to use. I just know how to make music. I just know how to write it, and then when the thing come right here, I just do my thing.
There you go. Have the beats on and shit, and cue you in and shit, man. Yeah. Yeah. There's some artists, bro, that tapped in. They barely coming up, bro. They from West LA, right? And you know, like, so there 3 Hispanics that are coming up and shit. They're probably like they didn't want to say their age, but they're probably between 19 to 22 and shit, dude, you know? And they're all like, they're like, I don't want to say like put words in their mouth, but they're grinders, bro. You get me? And they just started realizing they have a talent. And they're I don't think they're working as a group, but they're making music as a group, but also making individual things, you know? And one of their name is, shout out to Dinero, MB Flaco, and DZ3X, man. I think DZ3X is like from the Marvin Crip or something, right? Like three trays or something like that. But he's a Hispanic young cat, you know? And they came out on the podcast. They're dope, bro. They got a lot of talent and shit, man. So shout out to them, bro. They was like, oh, you gonna have TB the Gun? Hey, bro, like I show him one of my songs, they said, you know? And I was like, let me ask him if he want me to play one of the songs, because it's your time and shit, bro, you know? But you want me to play their song?
I ain't tripping. We can do that.
Yeah.
Do that.
All right, let me play that song, man.
Do that.
We're gonna play a new
It
song.
better be hard.
Yeah, you won't tell them. You gotta tell them the truth right now, though. You know.
We playing it right now.
Yeah. You gotta take the criticism and shit. And they watching too and shit. You know. But let's see. You got the Bluetooth thing on? All right, let's play it then. All right, everybody, we're gonna play a song right now from MB Flaco, and Dinero. And I don't know if DZ's on this one though, but let's see right here. Let me download it so it doesn't like stay on here. He didn't send me the name or anything. He was just pumped up. He was like, man, we've been fucking with his music for a while. It'll be dope if we could get to work together or something. He like play one of his songs, and you know, and I told him, hey, dude, and I'll give him your names if y'all can tap in with him and shit, you know? All right, you ready? Yeah. Don't be too harsh. Nah, be real, bro. That's what it's all about, man.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. All right, you either gonna put him on retirement right now, or you gonna make him pop and
I
shit.
ain't gonna put you in retirement, but I'm gonna tell you if it's hard or not.
All right, let's fuck with it. Ready? Here we go, y'all. There's a new jam right now. We're gonna play. You hear the audio right there? No. No, because right there in the speaker will play right away. It, maybe the speaker volume is low, no, on there? On the little thing? Oh, mute us. Mute the mics. My bad.
What you say, son, slide down. Handles really tryna get this bag. I'm doing things you don't like, cause I like my money fast. I can't do less than 10, cause I like my bitch bad. We all getting dough, all my niggas in the trap. You ain't never pop a out, you ain't never pop a strap. I was really with the business, so just tell me where we at. But if I see you crash, then I'm finna through the dash. You can tell that I'm good, I ain't never had the cat. When you see this blower, he gon' get to run it lag. I can get you what you need, just tell me where you at. I was saying to the fiends, they gon' hit me for the sack. Baby say, damn, I'ma hit it from the back. Baby, get you run it, listen, we gon' shoot you in your back. This fool acting like a bitch, like why you acting like that? Like we gon' put it real deep with some gloves and some mask. With some gloves and some mask. I'm shooting puffin' clouds in this wig, cause you got hella trees. Go on and drill in the field and go wipe my cleats. PTSD, cause I done really seen some crazy things. Shit, like, you take it long. I'm like, baby, what you mean? I'm on the road trying to get to the cheese. You was 15 here, let's sip it lean. I could say one for the low, it cost me with the beam. Hey, but it cost me with the beam.
Whole gang trippin'. If a nigga wanna blow, you ain't never spent the block. City Billy, use a joke. I'm Chrome and Collective, I'm a nigga you should know. I done made it to the top, I done really hit the road. I'm a road runner, and my niggas bout to spend they shit eye punters. I'm counting money on the daily, I'm a cash getter. You ain't getting money, I do not feel you. Only real with me. Alright, really came from the mud. It was hoes on my sock, but the trap murdered me. Best believe it pardon me. Watch your bitch, little boy, cause I could drive her crazy. Lately, I been thinking about spazzing. I been thinking about tripping on the nigga. If he ever get to talking, it's demons in my head, cause I been thinking about blasting. Wherever I go, you know I'm always bitch packing.
What you say, son, slide down. Handles really tryna get this bag. I'm doing things you don't like, cause I like my money fast. I can't do less than 10, cause I like my bitch bad. We all getting dough, all my niggas in the trap. You ain't never pop a out, you ain't never pop a strap. I was really with the business, so just tell me where we at. But if I see you crash, then I'm finna through the dash. You can tell that I'm good, I ain't never had the cat. When you see this blower, he gon' get to run it lag. I can get you what you need, just tell me where you at. I was saying to the fiends, they gon' hit me for the sack. Baby say, damn, I'ma hit it from the back. Baby, get you run it, listen, we gon' shoot you in your back. This fool acting like a bitch, like why you acting like that? Like we gon' put it real deep with some gloves and some mask. With some gloves and some mask.
What you think, man? What's the word?
That shit was hard. Oh
Yeah?
God, that shit was him.
Different sound too, right?
Yeah.
Right, like the beat and
I
shit,
like shit
dude.
like
You
that
know?
though.
Yeah. And then they like basically they like how you explained yourself when you started was like they just know they can rap and they go in the studio and they do their thing, but they haven't got the fundamentals of it and shit, you know? And they sound dope to me, dude. You know, I played a couple of tracks when they were here and people was fucking with their music and everything. And like I said, it's 3 of them. I think this one only had 2 of them in here, you know? But you fucks with it and shit?
No, yeah, that shit was hard. Oh God.
Well, that's what's up, man. I'm gonna have them reach out to you, bro, on your Instagram. I'm gonna give them your Instagram, have them reach out. I mean, they already have it because you know they've been following you and shit, dude. You know.
Gonna do it up.
But yeah, nah, they probably want to work and shit, you know. And all that. It's up to you, you know, and all that. But all I could do is make the introduction, you know.
No, for
but,
sure.
Yeah, I was fucking with that song too, though, and shit,
No,
man.
that shit
you know?
was dope.
How do you feel about essays using the N word and shit, like in their raps and shit? Damn, why you gotta ask me that question, man? I just asked, dude, cause I mean, I'll give you my opinion.
I feel like you more real when you don't do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I feel like I know that in some essays and some Mexicans that's actually really grew up in the ghetto.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's really like that. So
yeah,
I don't give.
Oh yeah, don't bother you and shit. Yeah. Cause I'll tell you the truth. Like us here, we grew up like that, dude. I mean, we grew up with the IVCs on one side and the Crenshaw Mafias on the other side, and then they had like Center Park and Weirdos and like a lot of blood gangs and a lot of Raymond Cribs and shit, you know? like in the city we grew up in, the little area too, you know, that was just a little area. So we used to grow up like that. We used to grow up talking like, oh, cuz, nah, cuz, you know. And some of the homies used to talk and be like, oh, nah, blood, nah, blood. And then some would say the N word, and we would just like, but we said it as love, right? Like that's how, like me saying, oh, that's my homie, oh, that's my, you get me? And sometimes when I'm talking, it slips out because I get comfortable and shit, right? And then when I'm myself, it's like, you know, that's how I grew up talking. But I know that now there's older folks, and to me, as I grew up, I don't want to disrespect anybody, right? So I like made a choice not to use it and shit, you know? If that makes sense and shit, you know? But it's still like but I feel like a lot of young cats now, they're still growing up like that, so they're gonna shake it off soon. You get me?
That's why I feel like it's hard to shake it off when you really was raised in the ghetto.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like cussing. Like niggas, oh, I'm gonna stop cussing.
Yeah, it's
Can't
hard.
stop cussing.
That shit is hard, dude. You get me? Yeah, for real. You cuss a lot at home and all that?
Shit. Yeah.
Now your Grammy don't smack you or nothing and shit?
No, I don't cuss in front of my.
No. My mom says more cuss words than me, but she cuss in Spanish and shit, you know? Because I used to work her nerve though, you know?
I don't cuss in front of my grandma and my mom and shit.
No?
I don't try to stop. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't try to far away.
Yeah, definitely. What about like you work and stuff, dude, or
No, I just make music.
you just make music? Oh, that's dope, dude. So you're living like the dream right now and shit, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
Yeah, that's what's up, dude. Getting out of the pen 3 months, fucking with some music and shit, you know? That's dope, bro. That's dope for sure. And then, like I said, you got a lot of fan base just within our community and shit, dude. I mean, a lot of people know you, bro, you know, and a lot of these are like Hispanics, bro. You get me? And they like, oh shit, I fuck with his music. I fuck, you know? So that's dope, dude. So yeah, anything else you want to talk about, dude? Like you want to tell the people out there watching and shit, like new projects you got coming out, maybe your Instagram, your YouTube, where to find you.
You know, follow me at TB DAGUNSLANGA. I got a tape coming next month. It's called Back for More. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's dope.
And
when you say a tape, is that? Oh my bad, I don't want to interrupt you. When you say a tape, is like a single, or you got a whole album together, like an EP or
EP.
EP?
Tape, yeah.
All right, yeah.
I don't say album because an album to me is like when you actually made it. I mean, you satisfied. You like, oh, I'm finna drop an album.
Like 20 songs, 13 songs and shit.
Yeah, mixtaping.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's gonna be hard. Back for more and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up, man. And then you're trying to stay out of jail, obviously, and shit, man. You know, right? That's your goal and shit.
They just had me in the back of that motherfucker like 5 days ago.
Oh yeah. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, dude? Like they just took your car or what?
I was leaving the hood. They said my shit been in a robbery. I ain't did no robbery on the hood. They just took my shit. They talking about, oh, they got my shit for evidence. Trying to get my shit back. I've been calling, tripping every day.
To the station and shit. And they be lagging it, huh? Like and it's like, it's crazy because you didn't even do nothing. So they basically holding your car for no reason and shit. Damn, that's fucked up, man. Yeah. You know, like I haven't had no run-ins with the police at all, dude. Like in long time, man. Long ass time, you know? And just recently, as we start moving more with this, with the podcast and all that, going different states and everything, I get a speeding ticket. I get pulled over they thought I was drinking and shit, but you know, it was the homie and shit that was drinking and shit. So I'm thinking, damn, they're gonna try and get me with a DUI and shit, you know? And as soon as they see you wearing like gear, they automatically think, oh, it's problematic. There's like 4 or 5 cops out there, and you get me? And it's like, it ain't that serious, you know? And it's a trip because they pulled us over, and I'll tell you a little story. Like I was driving and I missed the entrance into the parking lot. So then it was only the exit. So I had to come back all the way around, and they get behind me, and then they're like, oh, we stopped you because you're making too many right turns. And I'm like, dude, I had to come around to park and shit, you know? And then, but they just find like any little reason just to, you know? But luckily they just let us roll out, man, you know, and let us be on our way and shit, man, you know?
Sure.
Oh yeah, Dinero's tapped in. He said, what's the deal? Shout out West Factory. Their homies, Dinero, West Adams and shit. Yeah, that's the section that they're repping out there in West LA, the West Adams and shit, you know? Yeah, that's what's up. You fuck with Yellow Hill too and shit?
Oh yeah, me and Yellow Hill did a song.
Oh really? Recently or?
Nah, it was like my last tape.
Oh,
That was
okay.
on my last
Yeah.
tape.
Yeah, he was on the pod too. We're actually having a show. We're throwing a show headlining in Yellow here on Young Dopey and Oxnard, dude. You know, on June 28th, which is gonna be pretty dope, man. You know. But yeah, he's hard, dude, with his music too and
Hell
shit,
yeah.
man. I
Fuck
feel
with
like
that,
he's
man.
at that stage where he's gonna like break through, bro. Like he made it through the underground, and now it's like you find the final stage, right, to get onto the radio and all that shit.
Sure.
Like where Nipsey Hussle kind of was, like when he hit that victory lap, right? You know, that's what I feel. That's my perspective on it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he dope. But yeah, a lot of dope artists, dude. You know. But yeah, definitely shout out to everybody that tapped in, man, for sure. I mean, right now we're gonna do a what if segment after we done with this, man. But anything you want to tell the folks out here, man, you know?
Yeah, stay down for the come up, man. Back for more on the way. Stay tuned. Shout out the West Factory, man.
I appreciate that, man, for sure.
Yeah.
But nah, man, we had TB the Gunslinger today on a Friday night. Appreciate y'all for being patient and tapping in, even though it was a little late, man. But life shit happens, and you gotta respect that shit, man. You know, because you never know, man. He made it through. He pulled up and everything, man. So I appreciate you coming through. You know, for sure, man. You know. And yeah, once he drops his album and he gets more music, man, we'll have you back, dude. You know, maybe by then we blow up too and shit, dude. You know, and give us all an update on what you're doing and all that, man. You know. But appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure y'all visit our website, man, the www.thewestfactoryshop.com. We got 15% off on all gear right now, man. Automatic discount. You don't put in no code and all that, man. You know, make sure you tap in and get some of that merch for you. And again, we got the Oxnard show, Streets Unplugged, man. Yellow Hell, Young Dopey, a lot of good artists. So make sure y'all tap in, get y'all tickets, man. It's June 28th. It's going to be a dope-ass show off the chain, man. We got limited tickets left and limited slots for you artists that are trying to get one, man, you know? So appreciate y'all. Thanks for all the support and all that, man. Make sure y'all stay tapped in. Woo.
Dang, man.
Champion City Podcast, where we tell real stories from grinders, hustlers, and everybody on the come up. If you're still in the trenches or you still trying to get that bag, this for you. This your blueprint, your motivation, your platform. Let's go.